Welcome everyone. Today I have an important Path of Exile 2 early access queuing and also, I guess, important video about how popular the game can be and how long you can be queuing. So looking behind me, this is a screenshot of one of my friends who has completed the pre-download and also come into the game. You can see there are people already queuing and there's about 15 hours before the game starts to launch. Now, I don't think he's using the Steam, which I'm using, because on the Steam, I cannot access to the game yet. But I have heard with certain consoles like the Xbox, you can go into the game and you can see players are already queuing for the game. So what has been happening? In order to understand this, let's come over to this particular video coming from the official Path of Exile directors, and then I'll show you guys the method to queue up for Path of Exile and when you should be queuing up so you can avoid a massive queue, likely after 1 million copies has been sold.
Hey guys, we've just passed 1 million redemptions for Path of Exile 2 keys, and sales are still increasing. Now obviously this is great news, but it also comes with some downsides too. There are probably going to be some queues during the launch weekend. Now before our announcement when we were ordering capacity, we really didn't expect to have more than 1 million people online at the same time. We've already ordered way more cloud capacity, and those servers will be coming online very soon, but I do have some concerns about issues with the backend. We quite frankly don't know what our backend services are going to be able to handle as we go above 1 million users. Now we've added more database shards, scaling everything we have up as far as it'll go, but we're really not sure what kind of limits we might hit. We never expected things to go this big during EA. So I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you guys so much for believing in this project. If we do run into server issues at launch, just know that we're going to be working as hard as we can to solve them. Thanks very much, guys.
So this is actually a very nice video of the developers telling us that it's a big, great news for the game to reach 1 million early access, and likely there will be a lot of players that will be coming into the game. But the concern is that can the server handle this? And from the previous interviews, the developers has prepared for at least 1 million players, but we're exceeding the 1 million mark, likely even further by tomorrow. So some of my friends who has been very veteran and also experienced with Path of Exile 1 has been warning me that this is the biggest takeaway, guys. You want to be queuing up early for league starters for Path of Exile 1 and also Path of Exile 2. And likely this is the case for Path of Exile 2, especially with a lot of players coming into the game on the time when the timer over here comes to 0. So a big takeaway, what we understand is we should be coming to the game and try to queue for the game before the countdown comes to 0. Exactly how many hours earlier, we're not sure. But here's a small reference. So I have searched around on Google as to usually when do players for Path of Exile 1 start to queue. And you can see that the rule of thumb is that you can queue about 2 hours ahead before the league launches for Path of Exile 1. And this may be something similar you can do for Path of Exile 2. So to take away from this, if you want to reduce your queue time and if you want to get into the game quickly at the launch of the game, you should be trying to queue to the game maybe 2 hours or even earlier before the countdown. Initially, I was planning to wake up around like 30 minutes before the game starts because it's like 6 a.m. for me. But now I will be waking up at least 2 hours ahead of time to try to queue up for the game. And this is essential because there's a million players that will be coming to the game, and likely a lot of players are not aware how busy and how much the queue may be on the weekend at the start of the early access launch. So this is the biggest takeaway. Try to come in about 2 hours earlier. It can be 1.5 hours or maybe even earlier than 2 hours. Come in before the game, start queuing, so you get to see a much smaller queue numbers and you can get into the game earlier. And once you guys get into the game, the next thing you want to notice is if you ever get disconnected to the game, there should be a way to come back to the game quickly. But if you get disconnected and you don't come back to the game, you have to start queue again. So try to stay in the game. Don't AFK for too long because the server will kick you. And then if you ever get disconnected, try to come back to the game quickly to avoid a massive queue once you're into the game. Now on a side note, some of my friends have actually bought Xboxes just so they can play it on the console, just in case the Steam platform there is delays on PC. Well, that is another option. If you guys have consoles and if you also have PC, you can install the game on both of your devices and to see which one actually allows you to have a smoother experience at the launch of the game. It may be possible that the consoles are faster, or maybe it's possible that you can play better on the PC. this is to be discovered, and if you have the privilege to have both of those devices, make sure you take advantage to see which is the best queue time and also the less latency for you guys to play Path of Exile 2. Now, before we finish, if you guys haven't subscribed, this is a really good time to do so because I'll be looking into the latest Path of Exile 2 news on different communities and also on our official forum, official webpage. I'll also be looking into the best build for each of the class as the meta develops with the Chinese and also the English community. So stay tuned for the latest update and also guides for Path of Exile 2. And of course, this is going to be a big month for us. And I'll try to bring you guys all of the latest content and also guides for Path of Exile 2 to come.